Kinda hot right now. We kinda hot. I said we hot right now. We kinda hot. I said he hot right now. We kinda hot. I said we hot right now. We kinda hot. I said who hot right now? We kinda hot. I said he hot right now. Yo, what's good with it? What's poppin' with it? Welcome to another episode of this week's 4th and 1 Hot Take. And boy, do we have a hot take for you. Yes, Peggy, what do we have here?
Man, we have to talk about destroying the draft bust label. As we move on into the NFL draft this upcoming year, the quarterback development carousel looks a lot different. Yeah. And a lot of quarterbacks fall off and they are named the draft bust or a bust in the NFL. And we have a few quarterbacks that have destroyed this label. So, Ken, tell us what we got.
So, with the recent move in free agency this past week and over the last couple of weeks, I am reminded to take the people back down memory lane of a term they used to refer to any sports athlete as a bust. You know what I'm saying? Like folks don't understand. Athletes fear the B word.
Oh, that's the B word.
The B word.
Keep that away from me.
Because, it don't matter what you've done in high school, rec ball, youth league, church league, intramural league, semi-pro, all pro, it don't matter. The level of what you are, if you don't keep ascending, you're going to be that pretext of that word, ass.
Bust.
You feel me?
That's real.
When an athlete gets labeled a bust, that means you were drafted with the expectation to produce, and you didn't.
You didn't do it.
But here's the thing. I got excited when I heard Justin Fields going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Why so?
Because now, Andy is something that Justin Fields has never had. When I hear Kyler Murray going to Minnesota Vikings, it's like, man, I don't know what these coaches got in common.
Okay.
But they turn Urkels into Stephon.
Not Stephon now.
See, for the folks that didn't watch Family Matters,
you gotta watch Family Matters.
You know what I'm saying? You had to go into this chamber and Urkel will walk into this time machine and come out, and they used to always say, "Ooh, Peggy,
come on now, you know it."
Every time he came out with the little
the smoke come out.
Peggy would come in, they would kill him, and then out come Bud.
That's me, man. They'd be like, boo, boo.
That, huh?
Yeah, all right.
And there you have it. So when I think about these coaches, Andy Reid is one of them.
Okay.
Kyle Shanahan is another one. Kevin O'Connell is one. You got Sean McVay. Anytime players go through those type of coaches, go through that law of what they deem as preparing, expectation, scheme, schematics, the whole ordeal, they come out a different player. So Kyler Murray, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see.
Going under O'Connell.
He's going under O'Connell. When you got doggone Justin Fields, you have guys like Tua Tagovailoa, the verdict is still out, but oh no. Because you're going to Stefanski, which is supposed to be a whisperer.
Yeah, quarterback guru.
Malik Willis had almost the B word labeled on him.
He almost did.
But these particular individuals, the list keeps going on. You got Mac Jones. And you have Daniel Jones. If I'm any one of those players, and I will list them again: Justin Fields, Tua Tagovailoa, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, I will be thanking the heavens. because of the likes of Baker Mayfield and what he has been able to endure, and also, drum roll please, Sam Darnold.
Oh.
If it wasn't because of what Sam Darnold has accomplished, Malik Willis will be labeled a bust. Justin Fields will be labeled a bust. Kyler Murray will be labeled a bust. Daniel labeled the bust. Matt labeled the bust. Tua labeled the bust. All of them. But when you have guys that come before you that has went on that journey to say, no matter what the people say, I'm going to ball anyway.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Can't let go.
Sam Darnold has been a journeyman and found his way. Drafted by the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Huh? Then you go to Carolina Panthers. Huh? Then you find some type of stability in the San Francisco 49ers. Whatever happened in San Francisco to get him to the Minnesota Vikings, I don't even take credit. I wouldn't even say he could take credit for 49ers. Whatever happened in Minnesota, the Minnesota Sam, they done froze a lot of stuff over there because he came out a different player.
Yeah, he did. He got that.
What Baker Mayfield showed flashes of in Cleveland, and then found ways. What did he go to L.A.?
L.A. He went to Carolina. Then he went to L.A.
Then he went to L.A.
And then he's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hello now. Somebody talk to me.
Yeah.
See, we can't as fans, as peoples and critics of the game of football and just all of sports. I'm not abreast to all sports like I'm abreast to football. Okay. But we can't be so quick to say he's a bust. Yeah. He's a bust. Because that's not what this evolution of player development looks like today.
But a lot of things too, and just to that point, when you say player development, because people would think if you were once a starter, you only going back for a starting position. And most of the time that might be a struggling team if it's an open vacancy in the QB position, unless somebody retired. But if they got rid of their quarterback, 9 times out of 10, the team is struggling as is. So a lot of people are like, why wouldn't you go somewhere else and start? Yeah. But like you said, that catapulting year, that the redemption year, the year that you getting it out of the mud, the year that you go quote unquote silent on them, ghost mode, and you come back a different beast though.
I was having this argument not just with you, Peg, but obviously Hassan, and I'm saying I think Daniel Jones is in that forefather category too.
Yeah, I didn't agree, but tell me why. Tell me
because Daniel Jones, before he got hurt, was on a trajectory to do something very special in Indy.
Yeah.
And they hope that brand of Daniel Jones comes back refurbished like he was in Indy, not like he was in New York.
That's real, because he got that check now.
Because when I think about Daniel Jones, I think about more Sam Darnold than Justin Fields or Kyler Murray or Malik Willis. Daniel Jones' success will catapult another quarterback for another organization to say, hey, you remember what Daniel Jones? Hey, you remember what Baker? Hey, you remember what Sam Darnold? Hey, these guys were the forgotten kids. And with the right opportunity, with the right coaching, with the right scheme, with the right plan, we can get the most from them. Now, this is the thing, too. And we had this discussion point probably a year ago this time.
Yeah.
And it sounded foreign for people to understand, but some organizations are drafting or preparing to draft a quarterback that another franchise will benefit off of.
Yeah. That didn't sound right at first, but yeah, it's like it's true.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Because when I have this list that says teams that have drafted their day one franchise quarterback, there's not a lot of players that are still with those teams. And hear me out here, Peggy, before you jump to conclusion.
Because I'm like, I got to hit the credentials.
Because now, how many players have been drafted high? High meaning the first pick, the first eligible pick for that franchise to pick, they chose that quarterback.
So let me give you an example. So if I got 2 picks in the first round, You're talking about the very
The
first
first ability for me to take the pick.
All right.
That's who I'm choosing.
Gotcha.
Our quarterback. How many of those quarterbacks are still with that said franchise that they were drafted by, right? Mm-hmm. And still with? You got Drake May.
Okay, yep.
Drafted by the New England Patriots. Josh Allen, drafted by the Buffalo Bills. Trevor Lawrence, drafted by the Jaguars. Bryce Young, drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Michael Penix, still the Falcons.
Yep.
Bo Nix, the Broncos. Joe Burrow, the Bengals. Justin Herbert, the Chargers.
Yes.
Jordan Love, the Packers. Cam Ward, the Titans. Caleb Williams, the Bears. Jackson Dart, Giants. Jaden Daniels, Commanders. C.J. Stroud, Texans, and Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, before people rush to judge and they say, well, what about Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson, in the year that he was drafted, was not the first pick that the Baltimore Ravens chose.
He wasn't their first selection.
The Baltimore Ravens selected Hayden Hurst.
Tight end.
Right?
Yep.
With the first round pick, the 25th pick, and they traded up
to get Lamar
as the last pick. So Lamar's situation don't apply. Daquavius Prescott,
right on.
it doesn't apply. He wasn't a first round pick.
Yeah.
You would say Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was not a first round pick. Those were selections before they chose their guy.
Yeah. Well, afterwards, yeah.
So with that being said, my point is, there's so many players that are in this league that have been chose at a high selection pick, but that doesn't always pan out. Mm-hmm. Malik Willis, drafted by the Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
He's not with the
Straight
Tennessee
Liberty.
Titans.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray now was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. Now he's with the Minnesota. Justin Fields.
That's a QB carousel right there.
Drafted by the Bears. And the thing that I know this to be true, there's more coaching buzz, general manager buzz, ownership buzz than player buzz. But general managers, head coaches, and ownership can hide behind the scenes.
They can stay in the shadows, yeah.
They can sit in their suites. Mm-hmm. They can sit in their offices. They don't want to talk to the media. They talk to the media, but ain't nobody really. Out of all
that's crazy.
The general managers that are in the league, if they were to walk on the field, not a lot of fans will know exactly who they are by their face.
And the label doesn't fit them the same way it fits a player. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, that coach was a bust. It's like, nah, normally people don't, you know what I'm saying? So, and they can go into another role. So I might not be a good head coach, but a great offensive coordinator, D coordinator, position coach.
It's a lot of coaches that fall behind that kind of label. We have that water boy meme where the coach would always back up. When times would get tough. And that seems what it is. But some would say, I can hear the comments now, well, Cam, the coaches don't get paid nearly as much as the players do. Not so fast. They're getting paid $10 million plus.
Yeah. They getting paid a handsome ransom.
I'm trying to tell you.
For sure.
Everybody getting paid.
Yeah.
From the owners, executive leaders, coaches, court, all the above.
And coaches don't got to put their body on the line either. That's a different pay scale.
And they putting their brain on the line, and it ain't rendering some type of results.
That's the problem.
Some of the coaches need to go to the blue tent too.
I mean, hello.
Because some of these schemes ain't a thing.
They some scams instead of some schemes.
I'm trying to tell you, Peggy.
Come on now.
I'm with you when you're right.
Come on.
And
that
ain't often.
I ain't never wrong.
Come
on. All
right. Hey, fellas, let's talk about it. The pressure to perform. Holidays, anniversaries, and those big moments. As a man, do you ever feel like you got to be on every time?
And it's not just pressure on you. Your partner feels the difference too. When you really show up and cater to them, it builds connection, confidence, and all of that.
But let's be real. Sometimes, fellas, it's just not that simple. That's why you need some options.
Road connects guys with medical providers 100% online, so you can have that conversation privately.
And if you are approved, treatment ships directly to your door, no hassle.
If prescribed, new sexual health patients gets $15 off their first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan.
Just go to ro.co/4/funky. That's ro.co/4/funky to find out if Ro Sparks is right for you.
Sparks is a compounded drug product. It's permitted under federal law, but if it's not FDA approved and doesn't go through FDA safety of effectiveness review.
For full safety info, go to ro.co/safety info.
Handle your business with confidence.
You already know.
But let me ask you this, because you have seen coaches to fumble players, and we like, is that the same Sam Darnold? Is that the same Baker Mayfield? And is it, and I know you sure you're blaming the coaches, but what are some aspects that the coaches do to not really develop a quarterback?
See, my issue, and I've always came from this cloth. Don't present an issue without the solution.
Yep.
Fans and the expectation for success has came with such a timetable that's not always realistic. Cincinnati Bengals, Washington, the Jets, the Browns, the Panthers. I'm trying to give, off the top of my mind, teams that have year in and year out been success deficient teams.
Yeah, correct.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Each team might have peaks.
They have peaks, but they haven't been able to sustain that formula. Now, to my point, some fans and expectations from people may not have the same grace that I would give said person, right? Yep. I just had a great conversation. I went to Auburn this past week, got an opportunity to talk to Coach Alex, and one of the main things that I did discuss with him is like every coach has a grace period until you start to get into year 3.
Yep.
In year 3, when a fan kind of looks at your resume and they look at your lineage of what you've been able to do here, and if you don't have no dominant win, if you don't have something that you can hang your hat on and say, boom, we did this. We got a conference championship. Hey, we got the #1 recruiting class. We're able to get and garner, some type of excitement. After that 3rd year, not going to happen.
And I was going to ask you the same thing about these quarterbacks. These quote-unquote could be busts.
It's the same thing.
How soon do they need to perform?
Bryce Young, Caleb Williams do not know that they saved that hot seat. They turned the temperature down a little bit by having their teams in the playoffs. But back to the expectations. The expectations sometimes is unrealistic.
Okay.
Sometimes teams aren't able to win. That formula takes time to insert, how to win. You have to insert culture. You have to insert, certain principles that franchises just don't have it.
Correct.
Because of free agency, because of retirement, because of the inability to keep or garner players. It's all that. So when we go down that list of players that was drafted high and still with, out of those, 15 players or so, only 11 of those players have had winning seasons. So even though we're saying Bryce Young hasn't had a winning season yet, and he's approaching his 3rd year. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you start to say Michael Penix hasn't even really completed a full season as a starting quarterback. Cam Ward, even though he got drafted last year, he did not have a winning season. Jackson Dart, the same thing.
Yeah.
Those guys are still unproven.
There's a question mark on those guys.
Because to say that Kyler Murray's a bust, I wouldn't say he's a bust. He made it to his 2nd contract.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones also made it to his 2nd contract. But what we would say, and what has always been, the promise of players is like, the real money comes at your 2nd contract. But that still doesn't negate when you start to say Trevor Lawrence is at his 2nd contract. But what has Trevor Lawrence did? Has he had postseason success? No. But he's extremely talented, and we can't always judge players off of that. And as fans, you are guilty for just saying, but what have you won?
Yeah.
Let's not forget Peyton Manning. For the longest, his arch nemesis was Tom Brady.
Yeah, for sure. He
just couldn't beat Brady.
He had his number.
Hey,
sure.
Michael Jordan just couldn't beat the Pistons.
They couldn't. Isaiah Thomas and the boys.
For the longest, the verdict was out for Kobe. Kobe could not win without Shaq. That was just what it was. LeBron James did not win a championship.
For a while, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It takes time for development. So as we're having this argument and we're talking about the Justin Fields, the Tua Tagovailoas, the Kyler Murrays of the world, it takes time to nurture talent into the best version that said talent or athlete can start to render wins.
But let me ask you this, and I said it earlier, but Justin Fields, Bears, then the Steelers, then the Jets as a starting position, and then now he's going to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If and when he gets another chance to start, I'm saying, do they have to ball instantly, or do they have more time to develop? And that's the thing. When you're recovering, quote unquote, potential bust, not just Justin, but all the people that we named.
I'm with you.
When you finally get back out there again after going through your rehabilitation process,
yeah,
is it instantly you have to perform now?
You don't.
Okay, and how long? Tell me why.
But you have to show promise.
Yeah, elaborate. What is promise for the people that don't know?
Promise is you don't have to ball instantly, but let's take Daniel Jones, for example.
Yep.
Daniel Jones wasn't putting up big numbers, but they were winning.
Yeah.
Let's take Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy wasn't putting up big numbers, but they were winning. He wasn't making these wow plays. Yeah. He was just doing what the philosophy dictated him to do. Hey, I always say it, especially to our C1N kids, you don't have to do nothing special
to be special.
To be special. That is the most
do your job.
Words that any athlete need to hear. See, what separates great players versus good players and subpar players is that when everything's equal, I got a little something different that you don't got. Mm-hmm. I may be stronger than you. Hey, I'm in the right position, but you're stronger than me. Hey, I can make this tackle. I'm quicker than you. Hey, the ball's up in the air. You're holding my left hand. I just having a knack to catch the ball. See, those type of intangibles for players are not just something that's just given to everybody. No. You may have great players, but they're undersized. You may have, great players, or you may have bad players, and they've gotten the God-given ability of size, strength, but they just don't want it. As bad as a guy that is
the engine.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so many different things. Now, from the coach's dynamic, everybody's not going to be a Mike Tomlin that's going to raise his voice and be a leader of men. Everybody's not going to be a John or Jim Harbaugh, right? Everybody's not going to be a Bill Belichick. Everybody's not going to have this command of the locker. It takes time. But the thing is, you still have to show promise as a coach. If you can find ways to win, you always hear it in sports. Oh, that was an ugly win. But we've never said or uttered these words. That was a beautiful loss.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody says that.
That's true. A win is a win. So if I'm a player and I'm hearing this, if I'm Justin Fields walking into a situation where I'm playing knowing that it's only a matter of time until the guy comes back, I just have to make sure that guy, whether it's mid-season, whether it's earlier than projected, he's coming back to a winning situation.
Yeah.
The best thing in how Justin Fields, people forget, how did Justin Fields even get to the Jets? He and his agent and his representation was able to say, hey, he went 4-2 as a starter.
Yeah. That's something.
How does Russell Wilson keep getting certain situations? He showed enough promise.
Same with Malik.
He showed promise. And the fact that Mac Jones, and I said it off camera, the fact that Mac Jones is still on the San Francisco 49ers roster without having that to be, and it's still too early.
No.
That somebody's going to say, man, we need a quarterback. This is a quarterback-driven league. If you don't have a capable, competent quarterback, you're not going to win. Sam Darnold is not an elite, skillful player. Sam Darnold has now shifted his career to say, like, listen, if I can beat you here, similar to what Tom Brady would do, similar to what Peyton Manning would do. They weren't elite athletes, but they were playing at such a rate that I know what the defense is in. I know how to slide my protection. I'm protected. Now I just have to make the throw, give my guy a chance, and I don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's elite in itself.
Yeah.
When I mean skill set, there's nothing about Thomas Brady that just was like, golly, man, he can throw it far. Man, he was
fast. He's strong.
Man, he was strong. Man, he was quick. He beat the game above his shoulders.
Yeah.
That's elite. Every great quarterback has to possess that ability to manage a game. And how you manage it still has its tiers, but you still have to have that ability. So for players to show promise, that's important. If I'm Justin Fields, if I'm Kyler Murray's in a different situation because now he's competing. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't think everybody sold on J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, no. You competing for that.
So now, like, we're competing, may the best man win.
For sure.
Now, for Justin Fields, it's like, okay, Tua Tagovailoa the same way. They're in that same dynamic. If I'm Tua, I'm saying to myself, hey, listen, it's almost kind of proven for Justin knows that if you got an 80% Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, he's starting. It's over with.
But Tua
got a chance to come in there and get some burn.
If he plays the first 3 games of the season and shows any type of signs that Tua puts this team in a better situation than Michael Penix, Tua finishes the whole season.
Yeah, he got it. You think the whole season off of the 3?
The whole season. The Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan has nothing promised to Michael Penix.
Yeah. I don't know if he go a strong 3, and if it's a bad stretch, I don't think he's going to finish the season.
Nah, now you done shifted it. You see what it is?
I know. I'm just.
You said a bad stretch, bro. Come on, dog.
But no, if he start off strong, he definitely got that starting spot.
But this is the thing, Peggy, and you've seen a lot of football. You can still play a good game and still lose.
That is true. Your numbers can be off the charts.
And still lose.
And when the numbers matter, you will not win. Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you. So, like, to get back to our point, right? I don't think there's a such thing as bust anymore. It's bounce.
That's true.
To the next one. And it's unfortunate for franchises as we get closer to the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Most, and I would say some, but I would even say most of the players that are drafted by the team that they're drafted to. Take Jared Goff. Take Matthew Stafford. Take Aaron Rodgers. There's no heroic stories of John Elway. Even for a Steve Young, Brett Favre had, his own journey. The Ben Roethlisberger story is never that no more. Ben Roethlisberger is the 1% of the less percent. Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf are considered busts.
Yeah.
But what if I tell you this? What if Jamarcus Russell played in this climate of the NFL?
And if he was up under, and he didn't start, but he was up under a premium quarterback that taught him the way.
For sure. If Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf had the opportunity to go to the Green Bay Packers and learn up under Brett Favre, what would that look like? If he could go to a Philadelphia Eagles team, Donovan McNabb.
Yeah. He would definitely be a
totally different player.
Totally different player.
If you take Ryan Leaf and you put him with a Dan Marino, it changes his whole trajectory.
For sure.
Right? See, players and fans and executives must understand, I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. That good time, you may not even never see it.
That's true.
Because the time just runs out. That doesn't make you a bad player. It damn sure doesn't make you a bad coach. You just ran out of time that we were willing to give you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the thing. So as the draft comes up, players must understand, hey, bro, I don't have to be a bust, or I'm not labeled a bust no more. Because if it don't work out here, I know that there is another team that's willing to take a chance on me that I can develop properly. And we don't give the notion to the coaches, the organizations that are just not good enough.
Yeah.
But yet, players are still going to that organization, rotting away. Rather than saying, hey, going to this organization that has stability, that has structure, that has a formula, that has a culture.
And I might not play right away.
It's not important for me to play right now. I got to learn the game. Not football. I had to learn the professional NFL
off the
football.
field game.
You know what I'm saying?
But the one thing, too, just looking forward, Fernando Mendoza, as he goes in, assuming that he is drafted number 1 overall by the Raiders, what's your thoughts on him? Like, obviously, we've been seeing a lot of people bouncing around, not a bust, but a bounce.
Yeah.
If you had to forecast, and granted, we don't know these things. You don't know how his career will pan out. But forecasting what it looks like, do you see him as a day 1 starter, or do you see him as a franchise player for the Raiders?
I don't think he's a day 1 starter. I don't think Fernando Mendoza is a day 1 starter. But I do think you need to go get a sufficient starter. I would not have been opposed of keeping Geno Smith. Yeah. Geno Smith would have seen the handwriting on the wall.
Yeah, facts.
Geno's now in where it all started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, for him, you still need a veteran. I needed a veteran. Brady needed a veteran. Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Me, Derek Anderson. And I attest to so much of my success to Derek and DA is because he was the guy that taught me how to watch film. Yeah. He taught me how to break down certain things. It's like, bro, it's Thursday. Why are you still watching first downs? Hey, I'm going to walk you through, the computer. Boom. You take these clips. All right, boom. You got an idea for red zone? Okay, cool. Like, show multiple versions of this coverage that shows insufficiencies. Then you're able to go up and present it.
Now, when you say veteran, does it need to be a specific veteran? Because sometimes these veterans never been in your position. And that's a big difference, too.
When I say veterans, I'm saying a person that without a shadow of a doubt will have more answers to your questions than a person that you're competing with. Mm-hmm. So if I were to say, like, yo, bro, how do you prepare? You don't even have to ask that question. You'll see it. There's never been a time where we had to question where Derek Anderson was. He was there. I already had his workout done. I already did treatment if his shoulder was sore. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to take care of his body.
Yeah.
I needed to see that. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, hey, what am I seeing on the sideline? And this comes from a person that has seen it, the sensei, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they don't always have to be a superstar. They just have to be able to answer the question. A guy like Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, I was going to ask, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, when you think about these guys, they aren't superstars. There's not a lot of superstar talent that are backups. Teddy Bridgewater. Right?
When you got He's been there before.
He's been there before. Jacoby Brissett is another one. Yeah. Keeps a job because he's a veteran. He's not gonna wow you with the throws, but he's not gonna throw away the game.
Tyrod
Taylor. And from what I know, obviously, what's going into, that will help.
Got released, but yeah.
That will help Fernando Mendoza is the fact that he's going into a system, a coach that is an offensive-minded coach, Clint Kubiak. Mm-hmm. That helps. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you have that type of approach, then you're able to say, okay, we're going to teach you the right way. That's all I got, Big.
All right, Boog. Well, we will see some QB bounces instead of busts, hopefully, this season and seasons to come. And we look forward to the NFL draft in this NFL season. And that's all for us.
Is that it, Peggy?
That's it, Boog.
I said, is that it, Peggy?
That's it, Boog.
We're going to add a finger then. Hey. Gonna add a finger.
Okay,
Why you gonna add a pinky then? Gonna add a pinky. Right, why you add the thumb? Hey, go get the thumb.
Woo.
Where is the thumb?
Huh?
Go get the thumb. Okay, one more time. Go get the finger then. Gonna add a finger.
Okay.
Gonna add your pinky then. Gonna add your pinky. Can't forget about the thumb. All together, one love. You dig?
And that's a wrap.
Huh.